What's going on, folks? Welcome back to D-Life HD. This is Victor, and I'm going to be actually giving you my first impressions of a not Nintendo game. I don't typically do this. I'm more so cover all the Nintendo stuff if you've been following the channel for my time being on it, but I'm going to be covering my first impressions on the new Halo game, Halo Infinite. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. So, I never grew up playing Xbox games. I never grew up playing PlayStation games outside of my PSP. I always had Nintendo consoles, but back in 2018 when Monster Hunter World was coming out, I decided I was going to buy the console where I knew most of my friends who played Monster Hunter would be playing, and that was Xbox. There was no other preconceived idea as to the exclusives on each one. I just went to the place where my buddies would be playing, and so I bought a base model Xbox One. I enjoyed my time with it, and I ended up trading it to a GameStop, and I ended up buying a 1S down the line, and now I have a Series S, the discless version of the latest Xbox, and I've been enjoying playing the older Halo games. My brother, who was also part of the channel, you know Sam, he got me the Master Chief Collection, and I've been playing through the first Halo game. I know there's so much to get to as far as 2, 3, 4. I've heard that 5 isn't as good, more in the line with like Call of Duty. But now we have Infinite, which to my knowledge is number 6. And they've moved away from adding numbers to the titles, which is something that I think a lot of companies are doing. So that way people like me that are not really huge fans of the franchise and are new to it can join in and not feel like we have to play the other games. I still want to play the campaigns for the other games because I like first-person shooters, and it's a franchise that I've never really played through. And so I'm still making my way through the first game. I'm probably about halfway through it, and I can't wait to check out the others, but we are here to talk about Halo Infinite. Now, Microsoft had a 20th anniversary Xbox event that happened this week, and as someone who's been following Xbox relatively closely for about 3 years now, I decided, I'll watch it. So I turned it on, and there has been some rumors leading up to the event that the multiplayer function for Halo Infinite was actually going to drop before the campaign. Now, the campaign is coming out in early December, and so it's on its way. But they decided, we're going to just go ahead and push the multiplayer out, call it a beta in sort of quotation marks, and let it rip and roar. I guess they want to go ahead and test the servers, so this is technically the beta version of it. I think it was more so just a fail-safe in case something went wrong with it, just testing out the servers to make sure that the game was going to be functioning properly upon release. So this beta is available for everybody to play. There was actually an early access version of it for insiders, but I'm not an insider, so now as someone who is sort of part of the general public, I got my hands on the multiplayer beta, and I have to say I'm very, very satisfied and thrilled to have this in my catalog of games to play. I'm still deciding if I want to go ahead and grab the campaign, but I think I'm going to hold off and wait till I've completed more of the other games' campaigns, at least the first 3 games. But yeah, this multiplayer is really, really awesome. Speaking to my friend Zach, who is in the Discord, one of our moderators, about the prior games and their multiplayer functions, it would appear that this game, Infinite, is sort of the perfect blending of new and old. So they've added a lot of sort of staples from first-person shooters like sprinting and scoping and just the general feel of how long it takes to take down somebody's shield to actually kill them. I heard that sort of in line with Call of Duty 5's multiplayer was more so one-hit kill or two-hit kills, but in this one, more so in line with more fantastical first-person shooters. It takes quite a few hits to get somebody's health down. And I have to say, I prefer the latter. I'm not super into the ultra-realism in games. That's why I don't play tactical shooters like Rainbow. That's not really my thing. I want to have more, I guess, fantastical modes and sort of just have that feel of space or of fantasy rather than gritty, realistic, modern combat. That's not really something that I'm super interested. That's why I don't really play Call of Duty games. So we've got this blending of staples from first-person shooters like that sprinting and scoping that I think are important and add to the depth of combat, but also have that feel of these older games, something more in line with a space soldier and less so of a modern army soldier. So overall, I feel like the feel of the game works extremely well, and that is really pleasing as a new fan to be able to join in all of the fun. So we had the opportunity to play multiplayer, me, Sam, Zach, the moderator in the Discord, and actually we're going to be playing again tonight, which is super exciting. I've got a couple friends that I'm inviting to play, people that I've never actually played video games with before. We've just talked about getting together to play. It's really, honestly, a good social experience. I haven't had a lot of multiplayer time on my Xbox. I've been playing lots of single player games like Fallout 4 and Tales of Arise and Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I'm super excited to have a reason to have the online membership and to have a headset, to really get into these multiplayer games. And I think that Halo Infinite is the perfect introduction to that. I was really into Overwatch for a long time, and that was sort of my one multiplayer shooter that I played consistently outside of something like Splatoon, I guess. And I'm honestly just excited to get back into that genre of games. I mainly prefer single player experiences, but I think Halo Infinite's multiplayer is just the perfect, I guess, example of a multiplayer function in a game that I would play consistently. I'm way past playing Fortnite. I don't really take interest in something like Apex. I've tried it before, it's just not really my thing. But sort of the fast-paced respawn, all the different game modes that they have, I'm really interested in that type of thing. There's one main game mode that seems to be in the quick play sort of at the top, and it's called Ball. I think there's a more specific name for it, but basically the player collects points by holding onto a ball, a physical ball on the map. And if you kill a player that has the ball, you steal it. It's sort of like capture the flag, but you're not trying to bring it back to your base. You're just trying to hold it for the longest. Having all these different types of game modes, it really adds to the feel of the game. And I'm super excited to dive in and try all these different maps and all these different modes. There is a battle pass system like Fortnite has. I might end up picking it up since it's only $10. It adds different challenges and objectives so you can get in-game cosmetics. I don't know. I'm excited. So far, I'm really enjoying myself, and I can't wait to play more.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. We love talking to you guys. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like these. Lastly, check out our Twitter account for gameplay of the latest releases. But most importantly of all, remember to always stay one up.